It's hard to deny that Quavo is the unofficial leader and frontman for the Migos. He's the oldest and is the one making the biggest moves. He's clocked in features with the likes of Calvin Harris, 2 Chainz, Drake, DJ Khaled, Post Malone, Young Thug. The list goes on. And on top of all this, there's his work with the Migos, and we all know he ain't the dude who got left off Bad and Bougie.
I ain't left off Bad and Bougie. You think I'm left off Bad and Bougie?
Say again?
You say I'm left off Bad and Bougie?
What'd you say?
You say I'm left off Bad and Bougie?
What's going on, guys? My name is Michael McCrudden, and we're breaking down the top 5 Quavo facts that you should know about. Once in a while, I like to take a break from the Before They Were Famous format and do something a little different. As always, let us know who you want me to do a video on next in the future. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at McCruddenM. Alright, let's get into this top 5. First up at the number 5 spot, the dude, he lost Culture 2. The trio announced that their follow-up to their #1 album, Culture, which would be titled Culture 2, would be released in October of 2017. Then in a recent Instagram live video, Quavo decided to give his viewing audience a preview of what was to come. But then he let it slip that the files were missing.
Nigga don't know where the hard drive is, y'all. I'm trying to play this shit for y'all.
It's the first song on the hard drive that he recorded.
Now Quavo seems pretty pissed about the lost hard drive, but one must assume that the boys have a backup somewhere. For now, all we can do is hope and pray. Moving on to the number 4 spot, we have his girlfriend, or girlfriends. Most recently, Quavo was rumored to be knocking boots with Karrueche Tran, and she's well known as the longtime girlfriend of Chris Brown. They met up back in 2010 and broke up more times than one can count. But she finally moved on in 2017 when she was spotted leaving a Migos concert with no other than Quavo. Now this new pairing led to a scuffle between the Migos crew and Chris Brown's crew at the 2017 BET Awards. People were excited for Karrueche to be landing herself a new man, but then Quavo took to Snapchat stating "new bitch alert." And now the rumor mill is stating that he's spending his time with a stripper named Exotica. He's also been rumored to have got it on with Cardi B. Just letting you know, because we're already on the topic. Moving on to the number 3 spot, the dude's got some ridiculous chains. Quavo's most recent piece of ice is his Crash Bandicoot Aku Aku chain, which he showed off via Twitter. Also in his collection is his Yoda chain, his Datway chain, and his Ratatouille chain, and that one's worth $250,000. Now we spoke more about chains in the Migos Rich Life video I made, which you should definitely check out. There is a link down below and right there. Yeah. Moving on to the number 2 spot, we've got his beef. Now we mentioned his run-in with Chris Brown at the BET Awards, but there was also tension that night between the Migos and Joe Budden. When Mr. Pump It Up, he decided to walk off set during their interview.
I've been covering for so long, I'm glad they succeeded, man.
Hey man, you guys are nominated tonight. Have a good show.
Now that beef was nothing compared to what happened between the Migos and Sean Kingston. Apparently they stomped on his head. And it all had something to do with Quavo's long ongoing feud with Soulja Boy, who allegedly stole one of his chains back in 2016 and put out a diss track against Quavo.
Soulja Boy has some words for you.
Fuck that nigga.
But Quavo didn't really have to respond to Soulja Boy. Instead, the internet did its part, and memes like this one summed up the entire situation. They also caught some flack from Bow Wow, who was trying to dismiss the Migos' popularization of the term dab. But those guys, they just called him a clown ass, and months later, well, Bow Wow, he fell victim to the Bow Wow challenge. Alright, so we've talked about his beef in the number 1 spot. We're gonna talk about who Quavo's cool with. Drake is a big fan and helped the boys blow up when their hit Versace was featured on his social media. Of course, they're the long list of names I mentioned in the intro who he's collaborated with. Essentially, the dude's got no shortage of friends.
Hey! Raindrops, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box.
When asked who his celebrity crush is, he stated Nicki Minaj, and he continued, "I feel like she's hood. She looks like she can control somebody. I don't like my girls chasing me and stuff like that. I like to be the dog." Sounds kinky. Wait, right? That does mean he likes her. He wants to be the dog. Anyway, would you hit it? Let me know in the comments down below. My name is Michael McCrudden, and this is a top 5 video. Be sure to let us know who you want me to make a video on in the future. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. See you guys in another video. Boom!